Liquid crystals? And did you know that the human body is technically considered a liquid crystal? Sounds crazy, right? The CIA declassifies research that the human body is a liquid crystal. One might say that the brain, even the entire human body, is nothing more than a liquid crystal. Liquid, in this case, need not be understood literally, of course. The substance of such a crystal might be physically solid. Its crystal lattice is clearly very dynamic. The electrons in it can, under the influence of different fields, be easily shifted from their own levels, and auxiliary electromagnetic fields can arise. Experience gained in working with the problem of energetics of the human organism and the presence of its biofield are evident of the fact that the brain is capable of creating the effect of superconductivity or a space tunnel effect, analogous to electromagnetic phenomena in the radio engineering. Scarce individuals are able to control this process at will, to create a channel with an intense, concentrated biofield in the space between themselves and the object they wish to be influenced. This is why they hide the truth from us, because they don't want us to know our true power.
Trump releases a tweet, and y'all know he's a young man of few words, so when he does speak, it speaks volumes. And he said, some people would say I'm a pessimist, and some people would say I'm a realist. He said, and what I'm about to tell you is that we're on the brink of uncovering a dark legacy that has went on in this country for far too long. He said, if you are struggling to understand how your ex-government could do such awful things, he said, either brace yourself or go hide until someone saves you. He said, I truly believe the dam is breaking, and regardless of how it unfolds, the truth is coming. He said, people on a state and federal level are about to lose sleep. So think about it, y'all. It took the richest man in the world who couldn't be bought to uncover loads of corruption, and they haven't even tapped into 1%.
Well, this is a creepy video coming out of New Orleans, Louisiana. This was captured by a woman and her girlfriends. They were just out enjoying the night, dancing, when a random man comes up to her and starts basically freaking on her. Didn't think anything of it until they saw his facial expressions. And it completely weirded them out. Tons of people are chiming in saying, you've met a New Orleans vampire or it's a demon. And honestly, looking at his facial expressions, truly terrifying. Take a look at this. Comment below and tell me what you think.
Still don't believe in underground tunnels in cities. They're real, they're in places you would walk right past.
from New York to Brazil, Buenos Aires, and then Antarctica without ever coming up to the surface for air. And you can do it all at way more than 1,000 miles an hour on magnetic levitation trains, otherwise called maglev. One thing he told me, he went from Virginia to Los Angeles in 45 minutes. Do the math, 3,000 miles an hour. Most people don't even believe that there's a tunnel network. There are hundreds of thousands of miles of tunnel systems.
Feel like there's no entry or exit wound. How they're designed is to make the target feel like they're crazy, like they're imagining things, especially on the low duration, the low intensity, long duration hits.
Are either of you aware of any individuals who have AHI symptoms have passed away from their ailments?
I do. I do.
Have any of you three panelists ever seen one of these weapons?
I have seen a 1991 version of the weapon, and it looks like a satellite dish with a unit this size attached to it. And of course, over the years, miniaturization has been possible. Obviously, there's a limitation to how miniaturized it can be because of the antenna size, which is always related to the wave. But still, it is something that can be well contained in the trunk of a car or even a large backpack.
They tested it, and it had human flesh. They proved it. Listen, I'm gonna go tell you this. You go right now, you go look at McDonald's and say, how many billions of people they feed?
All of them.
It's say 85 billion sold.
Right,
yeah. How many billions did Wendy's feed? How many billions did Burger King feed? How many fucking cows in the world? Well, keep it real, guy. How many cows in the world? There's not enough. There's not enough cows to go around, right? Okay. So everybody not eat beef.
But it's not human, though.
Come on,
it's probably not beef.
No, it's human game.
It's probably some lab
It's human
shit.
game because that's the ritual,
so
right?
You don't eat any meat?
No, I can't because all meat is poison, right? Because you don't know what you're eating. Listen,
what if you kill the animal yourself?
Come on, gang, listen to me. You can't kill nothing. Once you kill the animal, remember I told you, everything has a soul. Everything's alive. Once you kill the animal, it's going to be scared. It's going to be in fear. And once you eat it, you're going to be the same.
Because that energy is trapped into
the energy is trapped into it. Because when you die, when everybody die, they got to be careful. You cannot be in fear. That's how you come back.
What if the carrots are scared when you're ripping them out?
Listen. I don't think you understand, right? Fruit and animals is different, right? The fruit is for you. You're supposed to eat it. You're supposed to eat vegetables. You're supposed to eat all these things. You're not supposed to eat the meat because you're eating something that's alive, that have blood and breathing like you. Right? And then you're an animal, right? You want to be an animal.
Bodies and body parts, a trial set to begin in just months. And tonight, new grisly details of what the FBI says really happened.
ABC 15's Nicole Valdez is live. And Nicole, this paints a Frankenstein-like picture.
Yeah, it really does. Katie and Steve, closed for years. This building off 24th Street and University doesn't look like much, but according to new claims in these court documents, the Biological Resource Center was essentially running a chop shop for human body parts, mixing, matching, and selling them in ways we'd never heard of until tonight.
Described as unsettling, but it sounds a whole lot worse. One FBI agent revealing what it was really like inside the Phoenix body donation facility. In 2014, he saw everything from buckets of heads, arms, and legs to coolers filled with severed penises when the FBI raided the building.
Confused. I feel like there's no entry or exit wound. How they're designed is to make the target feel like they're crazy, like they're imagining things, especially on the low duration, the low intensity, long duration hits.
Are either of you aware of any individuals who have AHI symptoms have passed away from their ailments?
I do. I do.
Have any of you three panelists ever seen one of these weapons?
I I have seen a 1991 version of the weapon, and it looks like a satellite dish with a unit this size attached to it. Which, of course, over the years, miniaturization has been possible. Obviously, there's a limitation to how miniaturized it can be because of the antenna size, which is always related to the wave. But still, it is something that can be well contained in the trunk of a car or even a large backpack.
Pain ray. The active denial system is a current military experiment that dabbles in the idea of crowd control. Aptly named, the pain ray is a way of controlling a large crowd from a distance using long-range electromagnetic radiation. It can apparently reach targets of 500 yards away. It works by essentially exciting the water molecules in your skin, causing great pain and making people immobile. The active denial system was developed over a decade ago and has since gone through numerous modifications and improvements. Rumor has it that the military is planning to use the active denial system, or the ADS for short, to control or quell enemy lines in Iraq. However, the ray is essentially microwaving people, and although it is deemed safe, other than the excruciating pain it causes, the long-term effects of this system have not been properly reported or studied.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know? How would they know? How would they know? I can't. Oh my god!
In my first video, I said the shop attendants claimed this meat came from Pakistan, but many people didn't believe it. Now listen carefully for yourself. Pay close attention. You'll hear the shop attendant clearly confirming that it's a Pakistan leg.
То самое чувство, когда идешь мимо магазина мяса и видишь вот такую ногу. И думаешь, this is a human, yes, bro? Human.
Pakistan leg.
Пакистан, пакистанец там, понятно. Ага, пакистанцы, нормально.
I hope you've now listened to the full video. This isn't something I said to intentionally disgrace Pakistan or any country. I only repeated what was stated in the video itself. That's the truth as it was presented. Thank you for watching.
Fog in California is absolutely insane. These guys went to this mountain peak to try to beat the fog, and just look at this fog layer. These are not clouds. And everybody in Los Angeles can agree the fog is super suspicious looking. This is a video taken from an airplane that has just taken off, and you can see how thick and dense the fog is and how far it actually goes. And here's what the fog looked like last night as people were driving on the freeway. Now, there have been reports that are saying that they've tested the fog and it has radiation in it, and that's why they're calling it radiation fog. Here's another shot taken earlier today during the daytime. And I'm going to be honest, I've lived in Los Angeles for a long time and I've never seen it look like this. And this video was taken at 4 a.m. late at night about 3 nights ago, and you can see there's some sort of particles in the fog. This is not normal for fog, at least in Los Angeles. It almost looks like snow. People have reported to have different symptoms like dizziness, feeling unbalanced, and headaches. Let me know in the comments if you felt or have experienced any of these symptoms.
Breaking news, a thick layer of radiation fog is covering Central California, leaving more than 13 million people stranded. The phenomenon called radiation fog is unrelated to nuclear radiation, but it creates an equally dangerous situation. A thick layer of fog forms when the ground cools rapidly after sunset, compressing the air close to the ground like putting a lid on a pot of steaming water. The result, All the car exhaust, agricultural dust, industrial emissions, and PM2. 5 particles are trapped right where people breathe. Health experts warn that this can cause a sudden increase in asthma symptoms, coughing, chest pain, and even heart problems. From Sacramento to Fresno, Bakersfield, Oakland, millions of people are living in a fog compressed between 2 layers of air, cold below and warm above. And while this air cap remains open, pollution can build up exponentially. Local hospitals have been reporting a surge in new emergency cases, and the weather agency has been issuing very high-risk warnings to the public.